Hey everyone, my name is Hust. You're on my channel. Here's 50 facts about the moon. Subscribe and let's go. The moon is the only natural satellite of Earth, and it's about 400 times smaller than the sun, but 400 times closer to Earth. This rare alignment allows the moon to perfectly cover the sun during total solar eclipses. Such a phenomenon is unique in our solar system. The moon's average diameter is about 11,250 feet, making it the fifth largest moon in the solar system. Relative to Earth, the moon is quite large. Its size is more than a quarter of Earth's diameter, which is a rare proportion among planetary moons. The lunar surface is covered in regolith, a layer of dust and crushed rock that formed over billions of years due to meteoroid impacts. This material is so fine and invasive that it can penetrate even the smallest gaps and potentially damage equipment. The moon lacks an atmosphere, leaving it exposed to the harsh effects of solar wind and cosmic radiation. Without atmospheric protection, its surface experiences extreme temperatures and a constant bombardment of micrometeorites. A lunar day lasts approximately 29.5 Earth days. This means that one side of the moon can reach temperatures as high as 260 degrees Fahrenheit, while the night side can drop to negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit, making it one of the most temperature-volatile surfaces in the solar system. The moon is tidally locked to Earth, meaning it always shows the same face to us. The far side of the moon remained unseen until Soviet spacecraft captured its images in 1959, revealing a more cratered and rugged surface. The moon is gradually moving away from Earth at a rate of 1.5 inches per year. Over billions of years, this slow drift could mean that total solar eclipses will no longer occur because the moon will appear too small to completely cover the sun. On July 20th, 1969, NASA's Apollo 11 mission achieved the first human landing on the moon. Neil Armstrong became the first person to set foot on the lunar surface, famously saying, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." The names of lunar seas, such as the Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity, were given by Renaissance astronomers who mistakenly believed these dark plains might be actual bodies of water. These plains are now known to be basaltic lava flows. Lunar craters are named after famous scientists, explorers, and philosophers, such as Galileo, Copernicus, and Newton. This highlights the moon's importance not only for science but also for culture and history. The moon plays a vital role in Earth's tides. Its gravitational pull interacts with the oceans, creating high and low tides. This tidal force also gradually slows Earth's rotation, affecting the length of days over millions of years. The surface of the moon reflects only about 12% of the sunlight it receives. Despite this, the moon appears bright in the night sky, though its reflectivity, or albedo, is closer to that of coal than that of a mirror. Ancient observers used the moon's phases to create some of the earliest calendars. Lunar calendars remain integral to certain cultures today, including Islamic and Chinese traditions, where they dictate the timing of religious and cultural events. In Chinese mythology, the moon is associated with the goddess Chang'e, who lives there after drinking an elixir of immortality. Her story is celebrated during the Mid-Autumn Festival, one of the most cherished cultural holidays in China. Astronomical studies suggest that the moon formed about 4.5 billion years ago after a massive collision between Earth and a Mars-sized body called Theia. This impact theory is widely accepted as the explanation for the moon's origin. The moon's surface features basalt plains formed by ancient volcanic eruptions. These plains create the darker patches visible from Earth and make up the seas or maria, which account for about 16% of the moon's surface. The Soviet spacecraft Luna 2 was the first human-made object to reach the moon's surface in 1959. This was a landmark achievement in the space race between the Soviet Union and the United States during the Cold War. Lunar soil contains helium-3, a rare isotope that could potentially be used for clean nuclear fusion energy in the future. This makes the moon a valuable resource for potential energy mining efforts. Although the moon lacks a traditional atmosphere, it has a thin exosphere made up of atoms and molecules such as helium, neon, hydrogen, and argon. These are mostly sourced from the solar wind. The largest crater on the moon, the South Pole Aitken Basin, spans about 1,550 miles in diameter and is over 42,000 feet deep. It is one of the largest known impact craters in the solar system and a key target for exploration. Moonlight we see from Earth is actually sunlight reflected by the lunar surface. The moon does not emit its own light, but acts as a natural mirror, bright enough to illuminate the Earth during the night. In Indian mythology, the moon is personified as the god Chandra, who governs emotions, the mind, and the flow of time. Lunar calendars are central to Hindu rituals and festivals, shaping spiritual life for millions. Recent discoveries suggest that regions near the moon's poles contain frozen water within permanently shadowed craters. This discovery is critical for future lunar colonization and could serve as a resource for human missions. The moon stabilizes Earth's axial tilt, which helps maintain a relatively stable climate. Without the moon, Earth's tilt could vary chaotically, causing extreme climate fluctuations that would challenge life on the planet. In 1971, Apollo 15 astronaut David Scott conducted Galileo's experiment by dropping a hammer and a feather on the moon. In the absence of air resistance, both objects hit the surface simultaneously, confirming Galileo's law of falling bodies. The moon has inspired art and literature for centuries. Poets such as William Shakespeare and Lord Byron used the moon to symbolize mystery, romance, and the passage of time, reflecting its universal cultural significance. Lunar bases have been proposed for astronomy, as the lack of atmosphere offers an unparalleled view of the cosmos. Observatories on the moon could revolutionize our understanding of the universe with unobstructed access to distant stars. Seismometers left by Apollo astronauts revealed that the moon experiences moonquakes caused by tidal forces from Earth's gravity. These tremors provide valuable insights into the moon's internal structure and composition. The synodic month, the time between two identical moon phases, lasts about 29.53 days. This period forms the basis of traditional lunar calendars, which are still used in many cultures around the world. In ancient Greek mythology, the moon is associated with the goddess Artemis, who represents hunting, nature, and women. The lunar cycle symbolized fertility and renewal, making the moon sacred in various rites. NASA's Artemis program, named after the Greek goddess, aims to return humans to the moon, including the first female astronaut. This initiative will lay the groundwork for deeper exploration of the solar system. In the 1950s, the U.S. considered detonating a nuclear bomb on the moon as part of Project A-119. This controversial plan was ultimately abandoned, but it highlighted the geopolitical tensions of the Cold War. The moon's magnetic field is weak compared to Earth's. Scientists believe this is because the moon lacks a molten core like Earth's. The weak magnetism contributes to the unique properties of the moon's exosphere. NASA's L-Cross mission in 2009 confirmed the presence of water ice in the moon's shadowed craters by crashing a rocket into the surface. This discovery has significant implications for future human exploration and sustainability. The far side of the moon has significantly more craters than the near side. Earth's gravitational pull protects the near side from meteoroids, while the far side faces the full brunt of cosmic impacts. The Soviet lunar programs, such as Luna and Lunokhod, achieved significant milestones, including returning the first samples of lunar soil and deploying remotely operated rovers. These missions provided valuable data about the moon's surface and geology. The concept of a moon telescope has been proposed as a future project. Such a telescope, free from atmospheric interference, would allow unprecedented clarity for observing deep space and detecting faint celestial objects. Certain craters near the moon's poles are permanently shadowed and never receive sunlight. These cold traps preserve volatile substances, including frozen water, making them valuable targets for scientific exploration and resource utilization. In 2020, China's Chang'e 5 mission became the first in 44 years to successfully return samples of lunar soil to Earth. This mission marked a historic moment in the international effort to study the moon and develop lunar technologies. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon, casting its shadow across the lunar surface. During a total eclipse, the moon takes on a reddish hue due to the scattering of sunlight through Earth's atmosphere. Proposals for constructing a massive bridge on the moon are a popular theme in science fiction. Such structures could connect craters or serve as transport systems, offering futuristic visions of human engineering on another celestial body. Lunar meteorites, ejected from the moon by impacts and later found on Earth, provide scientists with valuable insights into the moon's composition. These meteorites are among the few ways we can study lunar material without a direct mission. Some cultures believe that the full moon influences human behavior and animal activity, a phenomenon known as the lunar effect. While scientifically debated, this belief persists in folklore and popular imagination worldwide. Future lunar missions envision using 3D printing technology to build habitats and structures using the moon's regolith. This method could drastically reduce the need to transport construction materials from Earth. In 2023, India's Chandrayaan-3 mission achieved a successful landing near the moon's south pole. This milestone marked a major accomplishment for India's space program and added to the global body of lunar exploration knowledge. Japan's Kaguya program orbited the moon, collecting high-resolution data about its surface and interior. This mission contributed significantly to mapping the moon's geology and understanding its formation processes. A lunar rainbow, or moonbow, is a rare optical phenomenon occurring when the light of a full moon passes through raindrops. These rainbows are much dimmer than those caused by sunlight due to the lower intensity of moonlight. The moon's gravitational influence on Earth's tides played a crucial role in the evolution of life. By creating dynamic coastal environments, tidal activity facilitated the development of diverse ecosystems billions of years ago. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 prohibits national appropriation of the moon, ensuring it remains a domain for peaceful exploration and scientific research. This treaty established the framework for international cooperation in space. The Outer Space Treaty was opened for signature in the United States, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union on 27th of January 1967, and entered into force on 10th October 1967. As of March 2024, 115 countries are parties to the treaty, while another 22 have signed the treaty but have not completed ratification. During Apollo missions, astronauts reported hearing strange creaks and bangs inside their spacecraft while on the moon. Scientists attribute these sounds to thermal expansion or contraction of metal and interactions with the moon's weak magnetic field.